Probably stop at around 2000 maybe. Okay, so we're going to get another e4. I'm going to play another Caro-Kann. Okay. So e4, c6. Okay, so people might freak out when they see queen a5. This is very common as well. Now, don't accidentally try to do copycats and go queen h5. Don't try to do copycats and go queen a5, because if that happens, it's just blundering a queen. Now, I could go g6. They're likely going to go here, and then try to go for this. I could just bring out the knight, which I think is probably what a lot of people should just do. Just bring out the knight and attack the queen. They're probably going to go back this way. I'm not quite sure. This is also a bit of a weird order. You know, the idea is usually this, and they want to get this and get some mate. So I'm just going to attack the queen and say, what are you up to? Attack the pawn, attack the queen. Hello, Mika. I've just started my rapid slow run, so this is a few games in. You can see I'm at 194 elos right now. So if there's any questions you have when I'm doing the analysis, feel free to ask me. Someone got 3600 bullet by playing. Jeez, bro, that's so quick. Alright, so they're going to bring the queen back. I assume their idea is to try to go for this, push this pawn, make my knight move, and then give me a checkmate somehow. It's likely not going to work, unfortunately for them. Many moves I could do here. I could continue developing, actually in numerous ways. I can go e5, just prevents them from pushing this pawn. I don't see any reason not to. e5, they might consider going d4. Then after takes, they might try to go bishop g5 and then continue the same plan. So maybe I don't even want to go e5. I could go d6 and threatening this potentially. I think I might just do that. d6 also prevents this pawn push. I could go e6. If they push, I can go here, maybe. I think I like either d6 or d5. d5 allows this straight away. So I probably won't do this. I think I'm just going to go d6. Why not? I'm going to go d6. And if bishop c4, maybe e6. I don't know. It's very easy to freak out when people start doing these weird queen attacks in the opening, but if you just stay solid, double check in between your moves that you're not blundering a checkmate, you'll probably manage to get out of the danger zone, and you'll probably be able to figure it out. After d4, it's probably good for white even, I'm not even sure. It's a bit weird that the queen's there. They have to be very careful that the queen doesn't get trapped. d4, okay. So I can possibly threaten a mate if they play this really badly. I can go e5. If they push, I'll take. They take. I can go queen check and recapture maybe. I'm not even sure. Oh, but after the knight check. Okay, I'm starting to calculate some stuff, but I'm not sure if it's necessary. I'll look after the game. I'm gonna do what I would advocate for and say don't spend too long calculating. Just develop your pieces and be safe. So what's a simple developing move? I don't know. Maybe 97. Just control this square too. Then again, maybe e5 is right. The thing is, e5, after e5, they probably want to go bishop g5 anyway. So like e5, takes, maybe bishop g5, try to get rid of this, and then they're probably going to go for the same bishop c4 again. So instead of that, I will be a little sneaky maybe. Maybe I will be a little sneaky. I think I will be a little sneaky. I'm just going to go 97. It's probably not the most accurate move here, but I want to see if they go there. Okay, so they're actually giving me a pawn for free, so I will take the pawn. 97 did support the e5 push, which is kind of what I wanted. Basically, after bishop g5, I would have maybe had this check. They would have actually just been able to drop the bishop back though, so I kind of forgot about that. Okay, now I don't see any reason why I can't just take this pawn. Once again, I'll double check. If I take this, is there any threats? I don't see it. I don't see it. There's way more threats for them than it is for me. Now they have to be very careful of what they do next, or they may lose the game in 2 moves. Okay. So had they gone bishop g5, I would have gone bishop g4, and if they moved the queen anywhere other than defending the square, they would have been getting checkmated. So that's what I was trying to set up, but I'll show you after the game. Okay, so they are attacking my knight. I don't want to advocate that people should spend too long calculating in a position like this. I'm just going to drop the knight back. Or I can bring the queen out. But then if I bring the queen out, maybe they get a knight c3. Then I have to move my queen, then maybe I get chased away, and then in the end this guy is lost. They're attacking my piece. I want to continue developing and play safe. I'm just going to drop this back. Why not? I don't see any reason why I don't just drop it back and play safe here. You know, maybe I could have counterattacked with the other knight. That was consideration. I'm not sure what I would do if this guy was 2000. But, you know, this isn't theory to me. I'm just playing moves that I think are safe. So I think at this rating, probably playing safe is most important. Most of the time, I think when people like under 1000, I think it's just honestly walking into a blunder. That's usually what I think it is. All right, now what's the best way to develop my pieces here? I have two ideas. I want to either go e5 and put a pawn in the center, or I want to go bishop g4. Bishop g4, they can develop or they can block. If they don't, they might get mated though. So I might go bishop g4. E5 is potentially threatening some ideas with bishop g4, sorry, b4, but there's no way for me to get that yet. I could go queen b6, to be honest. I wouldn't normally recommend taking the queen out so early, but they've moved their pieces around so many times. But if we calculate this, after queen b6, they probably just go queen e3. And then what am I doing? So I think I will probably just put a pawn in the center. Maybe not. No, I will. I really don't see why not to. After this, I'll probably just defend like this. If this bishop was attacking this guy, which maybe they'll bring it out to do so, then I'll do something else. Maybe I even just push. Okay, they just blundered their queen. They didn't see that the knight goes there. That's fair. The knight is not always on g6, but I did bring it back to g6, and now it is winning. We'll have a look at this after, though. So from this point forward, what I would recommend once again is just trade down pieces. I'm up an entire queen. I have nothing to lose, pretty much, so. Hello, Zhang, what's up, man? So I may as well just continue, finish my development, do nothing different, and try to trade when I can. That's all. Trade when I can, simplify the position. So they're going to offer a knight trade. I have no reason not to take this. Maybe if it was like I was up a pawn, it's different, but there's no threats on the board if they have no pieces, and if everything came off except for the piece I was already up, I would just be up a queen. So I will take this. It also does damage this too. And I'm not going to do anything random here. I'm actually just going to bring the bishop out to an active square. So bishop f5. Not too much to think about, honestly, at this point. If I go here, I might just pin it and try to win it as well, or pin it and try to, trade as well. I just don't see any reason not to do some of this stuff. I don't think they're going to have enough firepower to mate me by the time I'm done. In fact, if they go here, I can take the pawn and threaten a checkmate again. So we'll see. We shall see. I'm not sure what the best move for them is, but it's already, honestly, very tricky. Okay. I mean, I can take a pawn. I see a free pawn. I don't see any reason not to. Perhaps if they, still had some extra material, maybe I wouldn't. I am now also threatening queen e7 and bishop d3 to pin the bishop. And if the knight landed there, I would just takes, and then still be pinning it. So this is pretty hard to recover from. If they want to castle kingside, they have to move this bishop. So either a3, h3. Man, my coordinates today. h3 or okay, so they're going to go that way. It's unfortunately going to cost them the game. Game was already lost. People might be interested in taking this, but it's just not necessary. If we look at this visually, the king has literally no squares other than this, available for them. And it's usually worth checking out what squares are even available for a king. King right now only has a square available, so I'm going to take away that square by checking. They have two options. They either block with the bishop. In that case, I'm actually going to pin the bishop to the king and win it. Or they block with the knight. In that case, I then once again take this. If they take back, I then take with the queen, and then they're in the same situation and they're losing the bishop too. So queen e7, check. And they have two moves, this or this. And then the game is over, pretty much. So they're going to go that way. Oh no, but they do have the square afterwards, but should be fine. It depends if they take back or not. I actually totally missed that the square was opening up. So it's always worth checking that out. I will take this. I have no reason not to once again. All right, now they have this actually, which I kind of missed. But then I'll take this with check. Okay, so they want to evacuate their king, which is actually unfortunately leading to a checkmate. This is kind of too bad. I'm wondering if there's a way I could set up a nicer mate. I was trying to go for some, long castle mate, but unfortunately here they have this move. Alright, let's not be fancy. Let's just develop my piece and deliver a checkmate. Look, you delivered a checkmate with the bishop. Kill a bishop. Alright, so if there's any questions about this one, let me know, guys. Not overly complex once again, when you stick to not freaking out when somebody starts attacking. So very common as well at this ELO range, people just start bringing out the queen, trying to get checkmates, but when somebody then attacks them, they don't necessarily always know what to do in the follow-up. Yes, here e5 I thought was the best move. I wasn't sure actually that makes sense too, but I wasn't sure what they would do. I mean, I'm not sure if they went here, just take. I thought maybe they were going to go for some ideas like this, and let's just say I was careless. Maybe they were hoping for some shenanigans like this, and I don't know, if I just do something random, they go like that, and then, oh no, my rook, my knight, oh no, I have to go this way to get away from there and then get checkmated. I'm not actually quite sure what they were hoping for. It was going to be pretty rough at that stage. It looks scarier than it is. People do panic when the queen comes out, but it's not always very scary. Not when there's no pieces to support it and it's easy to defend. Yeah, so knight d7 just defending against e5, the e5 push. They pushed first, and it did unfortunately make the position much harder for them to play, particularly afterwards when they proceeded to blunder the queen pretty soon. There, I went e5, controlled this, some of these central squares. It's already controlled by this square there. Sometimes it's easy to miss, especially if they're not used to seeing a knight on g6 where I moved it back to, and so after they takes, it's just clean up. I bring the knight out every time of the opening. So Mika, it totally depends on how they've started. Depends on what they've started with. I played a Caro-Kann, and then they probably more used to people going e5, which is more common to see this kind of like little attack, because then if I attack with a knight, they can actually take this pawn. It's still not good for white, by the way, after bishop e7. Even though I lost a pawn, it's still not good for white. It looks scarier than it is as well, but the fact is they have to develop their pieces, and like, let's just say they develop, I develop, and now, like, I'm just going to be chasing this queen away. If they go here as well, which people might do, I just go there, just attack this queen. Like, then they go there, and I don't know, I just attack it again if I want to. I can't do it there. But almost always against e4 when I'm playing black, I play c6. Caro-Kann, it's just pretty solid. Maybe I'll mix it up a bit in this slow run, but here, the queen attack just does not work at all, because I can attack this and there's no pawn for them to capture, which is maybe what they're used to. So in this case, with e4, c6 on the board, queen on h5, no reason not to go knight h5. It's just attacking this and attacking the pawn. They have to move the queen. If they'd gone somewhere random like let's just say they went to h3, what do? Just develop, take the center, and attack at the same time. It's very, very dangerous to bring your queen out so early, because you can just, it can get chased around. They went back there, which is very common in the other lines. People go there and they try to get this bishop there, they try to get rid of this knight, and they try to attack you this way. Still, once again, I have the pawn on c6. It's supporting d5 if I need to. The only thing is d5 right away, maybe not ideal because of this, the push, but, I'm sure I can make that work. It's probably a bit dubious. Here, I mean, I could probably just move the knight somewhere. I don't even know. I could probably go here, but no, actually, this is risky. Too risky, right? No, it's not. I guess I come back this way anyway. Whatever. It's when they bring out the queen and that's the only threat, it's not too much to it. So here I just support, just defending. I'll move through this a little bit quicker unless there's any other questions. Pretty straightforward stuff. Yeah, and once again here, I'm just literally just bring out a piece, attack a pawn. I'm up a whole queen. Could have given the check first as well, actually, but here's what it is. They're probably not the most ideal way to develop either. I think they actually probably would have been better off trading this off, because this way they can at least kind of castle afterwards. Oh no, they can't castle. I would have taken the pawn. Anyway, it's pretty cooked. Pretty cooked. Here I just take, yeah. I did miss bishop b4 check first, but whatever. All right, good game.